आई वंडर अगर हम अपने माइंड से चीज़ों को कंट्रोल कर सकते तो कैसा होता। जैसे कि मैं बोलूँ स्टार्ट और ये वीडियो स्टार्ट हो जाए। अस्सलाम वालेकुम एंड हाय गाइस। सो बेसिकली मैं ये वीडियो पहले बना चुकी थी लेकिन एक्सीडेंटली मुझसे खुद ही वो वीडियो डिलीट हो गई। मैंने अपने हाथों से उस वीडियो को डिलीट करा है ये सोच के कि मैं इस वीडियो को सेव कर चुकी हूँ। सो काफ़ी मुझे जो है वो हैसल हुआ इस वजह से, बट कोई नहीं, हम दोबारा वीडियो बना लेते हैं। सो बाय द टाइटल आई गेस यू ऑल कैन गेस्ट इट कि हमारी जो वीडियो है वो क्या होने लगी है। जी हाँ, इस वीडियो के अंदर हम उन कैरेक्टर्स के बारे में बात करने लगे हैं जो हर नॉवल के अंदर एक फैक्टर ऑफ एक्साइटमेंट, एक फैक्टर ऑफ फन, एक एलिमेंट ऑफ पैशन इनटू द स्टोरी डेवलप करते हैं। Exactly हमारे bad boys। तो in today's video we are going to discuss morally dark characters from 3 of my very favorite novels। So stay tuned and see कि maybe आपके और मेरे thoughts जो हैं वो मैच करते हों, और अगर आप भी ग्रे कैरेक्टर्स को जो है पॉजिटिव कैरेक्टर्स पर ज़्यादा फोकस देते हैं, ज़्यादा जो है उनका आपको इन्फ्लुएंस करते हैं एज कम्पेयर टू पॉजिटिव कैरेक्टर्स, सो यू गाइज नीड टू वॉच दिस वीडियो। अच्छा जी, सो जो 3 बुक्स मैंने पिक करी हैं इस वीडियो के लिए, एक तो है द पिक्चर ऑफ डोरियन ग्रे द इनफेमस, एंड देन वी हैव द इनविजिबल लाइफ ऑफ एडी लरूई, and then we have the shadow and bond, because why not? And if you follow me on Instagram you must know that I am obsessed with the horror. I usually do get very exciting when I'm talking about my favorite characters, and considering ये ग्रे कैरेक्टर्स हैं जो मेरे नज़दीक नॉवेल्स को जो है वो 10 into times बेटर बना देते हैं, सो यू कैन इमेजिन द लेवल ऑफ माई एक्साइटमेंट राइट नाउ। एंड अबव दैट कि मैं दी डार्कलिंग के कैरेक्टर को डिस्कस करने लगी हूँ, जिसको लिखने में मुझे बहुत मज़ा आने लगा। हम स्टार्ट करते हैं अपनी फर्स्ट बुक से, जो कि है let me just get it, The Picture of Dorian Gray. So we're gonna start with the character of Dorian Gray. Read that Picture of Dorian Gray. So let me just give you a little theme breaker that what this novel is all about. So basically Dorian, a very young and naive guy, came into Victorian London, and he, let's just say, he was very unlucky that he got to interact with all the people from the wrong side of the track. So yeah, इसको मैं नीचे रख दूँ so that I can explain to you. Further move करोगे इस story में, so you will see that first of all he met with Mr. Basil, who basically was a painter, and he painted a very beautiful and very let's just say very encanting portrait of Dorian. डोरियन की जो सबसे खास बात थी वो ये थी कि उसके पास एक चीज़ थी जो कि बहुत स्पेशल, दैट थिंग इज इट्स ब्यूटी, हिज यूथ, हिज चार्मिंग पर्सनैलिटी। सो मिस्टर बेजल गॉट अट्रैक्टेड बिकॉज ऑफ दिस, एंड ही पेंटेड अ वेरी ब्यूटिफुल एंड वेरी अट्रैक्टिव पोर्ट्रेट ऑफ हिम। एंड बेसिकली व्हेन पीपल प्रेज्ड हिम, तो वो एक तरीके से अपने आप को सेंटर ऑफ जो था अटेंशन बनाना चाहता था हमेशा बिकॉज ऑफ इट्स ब्यूटी। And then he met Lord Henry, who was basically a friend with Mr. Basil, and Mr. Basil introduced him to Lord Henry. यहाँ से सारा काम शुरू होता है बिकॉज मिस्टर जो हेनरी थे उन्होंने डोरियन को बहुत बुरे तरीके से जो था वो इन्फ्लुएंस कर दिया था उसके माइंड को, बाय सेइंग दैट द ब्यूटी इज़ अ टाइमलेस थिंग एंड एज यू ग्रो ओल्डर इट विल जस्ट वैनिश जस्ट लाइक अ नॉर्मल फिनोमेनन। पीपल जस्ट से दैट कि जो डोरियन था वो बेसिकली म्यूज था मिस्टर बेजल का, हु वाज अ पेंटर हु पेंटेड हिम, बट आई फील लाइक वो जो था मिस्टर हेनरी का ज़्यादा म्यूज था बिकॉज मिस्टर हेनरी लिटरली कंट्रोल्ड हिम। उन्होंने पूरी तरीके से उसको कंट्रोल कर दिया था। एंड देन डोरियन रियलाइज्ड कि येस, इफ़ द ब्यूटी इज़ टाइमलेस एंड इफ़ इट विल फेड फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम, सो ही शुड यू नो व्हाट ही शुड डू, उसको जो है उसको क्लोज, अपने बहुत क्लोजली रखना पड़ेगा। एंड ही एक्चुअली प्लीज्ड फ्रॉम द डार्क फोर्सेस from around us, and his wish got granted, and whatever sin he committed, whatever wrong things he did, whatever the hurtful things he said to the people, whatever how wrong his actions were, जो उसका जो impact था वो उसके portrait पर आता था, उस पर नहीं आता था। Yes, Dorian is a very complex character. He was a victim and he was a villain at the same time. People hated him बिकॉज के उसने जो है इतनी क्राइम्स करे, बहुत हर्ट किया एंड ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, बट I mean, come on, he is a dark character. That I really like the witty side of Dorian, because he knew that, okay, as long as he remained, young and beautiful, he could control the society, and he did. At an extent, he did. Yeah, I realized that he really got involved with the hedonistic side of the society. But again, how can you expect anything good coming from the man who basically preached to the dark forces? I mean, how? This novel, Dorian Gray, has this a very strong magnitude, and that is the transformation of Dorian from. Hi, Machar. So the transformation of Dorian from a very innocent, naive, and young to someone who is very evil, very witty, very clever, and very heartless. Overall, I really enjoyed his dark side more than his good side, जो कि हम ज़्यादा देख नहीं पाए इस नॉवल में. आई गेस स्टार्ट में एंड में ही हमें पता चला, बट ऑल बिटवीन द डैट जो एक्साइटमेंट आई थी इस नॉवल को पढ़ने में, मुझे फर्स्ट टाइम, सेकेंड टाइम, थर्ड टाइम, फोर्थ टाइम, मैंने फोर्थ टाइम पढ़ा, मुझे पूरी तरीके से याद भी हो गया ये. बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, आई थिंक डोरियन वॉज अ वेरी ट्रैजिक कैरेक्टर. ही वॉज वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स, एंड आई गेस दैट्स वॉट रियली इंटरेस्ट मी. इसकी जो ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन थी वो बहुत बेस्ट थी. या 10/10 for Dorian to be one of the very smartest and very handsome, because he has got like blonde hair, fair complexion, 6 feet, and blue eyes. So that's what Dorian Gray for you all. Witty, charming, beautiful, and so much evil, because he's the bad guy number 1 in my today's video. And now we are going to move towards the second bad guy, who is basically not a bad guy. He's not a bad guy. The one I'm about to talk about is not a bad guy, but he is a devil, a dark devil, a god of death. So yeah, the next book is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, the most anticipated book of the year, the book which I really loved and I hate at the same time. Yeah, this book has like so many good things, but this book has like equally bad timings as well. But we are not going to discuss this book, because we are only going to talk about the dark character, and this book isn't complete without the dark character Luke. First of all, he is a devil, like devil in pure terms. So he's the one who Addie prayed and who granted Addie's wish to have eternal life. Like, there is no dad in her life, and she exchanged her soul basically for something like freedom. Yeah, I'm not gonna like discuss the context of this book, because now we are just talking about the dark character. So basically, Luke is a god of that, the old god, the ancient god, and he always wears black, and he has a very lazy persona. नहीं होते इतनी हमेशा अपनी स्लीव्स को फोल्ड करके, मतलब बिल्कुल like रेस्ट कर रहे होते बैठे हुए आराम से, chill, like he is very chill about everything, and he has like dark silky hair, and he has green eyes. I mean, Dorian has blue, Luke has green. I don't know what is my obsession with dark characters and their eyes. तो जहाँ जहाँ नॉवल में अपेयर हुए हैं, वो बेसिकली उनका एक जो इंट्रैक्शन रहा है एडी के साथ, मैं उसी बेस पे बात कर सकती हूँ. He is not a villain in the story. को डार्क कैरेक्टर की कैटेगरी में इसलिए ला रही हूँ because he is a devil in the book. जो बुक के कंटेक्स्ट हैं उसमें वो डेविल दिखाए गए हैं, डार्क गॉड है, एंशियंट गॉड है, who basically a very evil force. Or but I feel like both Harry and Eddie knew that what they were asking from him. They knew what they wanted, what they want. But still, ये कहना कि Luke have manipulated him, as per other reviewers they say that Luke manipulated him. No, he didn't manipulated him. He didn't even know them until they called him. ठीक है, yeah, in case of Harry I realized, but he has given him a choices. ठीक है, उसने उसको choices दी थी, and it was up to the Harry. He accepted it. I don't think so why people are saying that Luke created all of that around him and he left Harry or Eddie, no choice, no exchange between him and Eddie, because they were like very flirtatious, they were very playful, they were very witty, and again they were very smart. बहुत से इस बुक के अंदर कोट्स हैं जो ल्यूक के इंट्रैक्शन और में से मैंने निकाले हैं, मैंने मार्क भी करे हैं. ही वॉज वेरी स्मार्ट, ही वॉज अ मैन ऑफ वर्ड, बिकॉज बेसिकली ल्यूक से जब भी आप कोई विश अगर ग्रांट करवा रहे हो, सो ही बेसिकली सेड दैट बी केयरफुल विथ योर वर्ड. दैट इज द एग्जैक्ट सेंटेंस दैट ही यूज्ड, कि बी केयरफुल इन व्हाट यू आर आस्किंग. तो he was a man of word. You needed to be very careful while you were asking something from him, and that's where I guess both Harry and Eddie went wrong. Basically, at the end of this book, it was a very interesting thing. If you have read this book already, then you, I guess, know what I'm talking about when I said that he's a man of word, and if you want to defeat him, you need to be very careful what you are saying. So Addie actually played his own game, and there's not like very much material to say about him, but throughout his appearances I really found him very captivating. Interaction with both Harry से तो इतने interaction नहीं आए जितने Eddie से आए हैं, but throughout the novel his interactions were very funny, very smart, and very historical sort of. So yeah, I really enjoyed his presence in this book, and I guess his presence, his character made this book 10 times more fun and more interesting to read. So yeah, here's to the Luke. So after Dorian and after Luke, it's time for my most favorite character, who is like, I would say, the one who made me attracted towards the dark heroes. And I have been waiting to talk about this character since the start of this video, और वो वक्त अब आ पहुँचा है, तो इसीलिए अपने दिल थाम लीजिए, because now we are going to talk about the Darkling. अरे मैं ट्रांजिशन करती हूँ. Ta-da! I've changed this sweatshirt to, you know, pay homage to my legend, and you know, the one person who made me sympathize with every dark character, the Darkling. And of course we have to wear black because black belongs to Darkling, and that's just his color. Okay, just please can we insert the Careless Whisper by John Michael. Okay, बहुत melodrama हो गया. So to begin with, the Darkling is, I guess, one of the most strongest and powerful villain we have seen in the literature. क्योंकि जब मैं इस वीडियो को बनाने लगी थी, यानी कि प्लान करने लगी थी, तो मैंने कुछ रिसर्च करी थी और मैंने देखा था कि मतलब फिक्शन के अंदर सबसे ज़्यादा जो विलन्स को बहुत पसंद किया गया है, एडमायर किया गया है, वो कौन थे. तो इसके अंदर जो डार्कलिंग थे वो टॉप 5 के अंदर मेंशन थे. वो नीचे रख दिया. मैं यहाँ कहीं कॉर्नर में बुक को जो है उसकी इमेज को पेस्ट कर दूँगी, सो दैट पीपल नो व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट. अच्छा, जो बात ये है कि जो द डार्कलिंग थे, बेसिकली ही वॉज अ वेरी पावरफुल कैरेक्टर इन दिस होल ग्रिशावर्स फॉर like 3 things. He was the journal of the second army, which is considered to be the most strongest army in Grishaverse, and sorry, the Grishaverse and the Grisha world. Then he was a dark summoner who summoned the dark forces, who summoned the darkness, who summoned the shadow, and then he has this power through which he can control the powers of other Grisha, और किसी Grisha के पास ये power नहीं थी. So yeah, basically that makes Darkling at the top of all, you know, Grisha. If I talk about his appearance, he always wear black. ब्लैक कैफ था वो वेयर करते थे. ब्लैक जो था वो इनका कलर था, और कोई और कृषा को अलाउ नहीं था इस कलर को पहनना. एंड नाउ दैट आई एम वेयरिंग दिस कलर, सो यू कैन सी हाउ स्पेशल आई एम. ओके, थ्रू आउट द नॉवल he did so many bad things that I cannot even start with. He was a very witty, he was very clever, he was very smart, and you know, he has my heart. Villain, he was a dark character, so I don't know how can people expect him to do anything good. Whatever he did, he was truly like justified. Why I'm saying this, because his only concern was to protect Grisha, because he has seen that Grisha have been treated very brutally in the past अगर किसी को पता चलता था कि ये ग्रिशा है तो वो लिटरली दे स्किन देम अलाइव एंड दे बर्न देम टू डेथ एंड ऑल दैट, एंड ही हैड सीन दैट टॉर्चर. So his only concern was to give Grisha a safe haven where they can, you know, experience their power, enjoy their magic, and just live freely without the fear of, you know, being murdered by anyone. He was a very manipulative person because he manipulated Alina to use her power in his favor. But again, his concern was only one thing, that he wanted to, you know, make sure that Grisha were saved and they have a like home. To achieve that, he has done so many wrong things, so many brutal things. He basically created the fold, and in order to, you know, basically that fold was to show his enemies that what he could do. But in that, he also created Volcra, mystic type of thing, very pathetic and very horrific. I feel like when I read many reviews about the Darkling or the Shadow and Moon, I think like मुझे लगता है कि लोगों ने बहुत misunderstood किया है इस character को, because I feel like even your dark characters can be very strong and supportive to the whole literature of the novel. Seems again the Darkling has, you know, I feel like कि Darkling की वजह से जो है ना ग्रिशावर्स बहुत ज़्यादा एक रीडिंग एक्सपीरियंस बना है रीडर के लिए. His character has many shades, many layers, and his clever remarks, his witty dialogues like, yeah, fine, make me your villain, that is like very iconic thing. It was very charismatic, very dangerous, very powerful, and literally made Grishaverse a whole experience for because me. Of only Darkling, that made me very interested in the Grisha trilogy, which is Shadow and Bone, Siege and Storm, and Ruin and Rising. So yeah, that was the Darkling for you. A man of words, a man of very, you know, charismatic personality, a very powerful person, and a man of layers. My favorite character and like all-time favorite villain, the Darkling. With that, we have reached towards the end of this video, and I hope you enjoyed all 3 dark characters which I have presented to you today. And if you end up liking any of book or any of the character I mentioned, then do let me know in the comment section below. Do leave your suggestion that what sort of video you want to see in the future. और अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिएगा, मुझे ज़रूर कमेंट्स में बताइएगा. इस वीडियो को लाइक करिएगा अगर आपको अच्छी लगे तो, ऑफ कोर्स लाइक नो फोर्स. तो बस आज के लिए इतना ही. अपना बहुत ख्याल रखिएगा, एंड आई विल सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वीडियो, प्रॉब्ली इन द सेम वीक. आई रियली होप कि मैं इस वीक दूसरी वीडियो भी अपलोड कर सकूँ. बट टिल देन, अल्लाह हाफिज़ एंड गुड बाय.